Okay, we have a stone sample here that is a breccia granite mixed. There's some K color in there. We have some missing decorroded pieces. It might have been gems, or it might have been a different mineral that eroded out. However, this has a significant effigy look, which is a shovel head, the snake effigies of cave people all the way through the ages, eras, all over the worlds, up until the modern named indigenous tribes of natives of all different continents and different worlds used effigies and carvings, much like gargoyles, but not mythological, but as protectors. And this has typically the shovel heads and the snake symbolisms were used, not the snake for medical, which is a modern symbol, but snakes were used as defense and to protect and to scare away sickness and illness. And they would be placed around, sinew would be bound around this, their skins would come down, and then this would be sticking out like a snake head to ward off rodents. Now see where this has, and they would put them in an angle and often in rock croppings, and outcrops and with vines to simulate and make in different sizes, and it would also make prey birds freeze and stop when they would see it, and they would paint with the dyes of berries to darken eyes and features. Now see where this is a natural melted fused on this side in an almond eye-shaped pattern. There's a bit of nostriling, and there's a chipped out lineage on each side of a mouth area, and then almost identical, but it's chipped out. It was not fused. Another eye, almost identical to this side. And of course, this is eroded. But this, I believe, is another one. And then, of course, I found it by caves that were used, and some of them are quite deep. These were used not only in later era of freestanding teepees and around bedding and to hold down weights tied and to hold down to keep wind out, but also the snake effigies were used to keep out keep out rodents. Here is another one in the shovel head venomous snake look. It even has, or if you turn it this way, it even has a carved diamond, which I believe it would be carved to represent in the beginning of another one for the diamondback rattlesnake. And these are obviously very old and very well worn. But they would be bound and tied, used on stakes and on sticks to try to scare away if you had an angry badger or you had something coming at you, wolf or a predator. They would carry these on staffs. And the natural response of animals is to run from them and to be wary. If they saw a head standing up of a shovel head or coming at them, they would back up, and they were used as protection. Also for a chance when they would hide them in the bushes or around areas for small game where their game would freeze when they would see them. And it would give them a chance to use their spears or arrows, whatever or mallets or hatchets, whatever they were wearing, so they could ambush their prey and feed themselves. And then also the larger pieces, and they have been seen in archaeological uses as weights for holding down openings, holding down skins, and to scare away rodents and keep people safe, as the rodents were known to carry the illness, and snakes were the bearers of good health unless you got bit by a poisonous one, and that was only by accident. They do not hunt people. It's not one of their prey. But this is interesting because this is obviously carved and chipped where this is fused. And I know a lot of star rocks were believed to be lucky, believed to be a mystical power, mythology, and hopes and desires always go hand in hand. And they were always very strong tools, which were often used. This is another piece that has actual a place for your thumb, fingers, already worn in, and this has metallic that might be part of a meteorite possibility, and has darkening where it might have been from bone marrow as something for pounding, for splitting flints, for cutting chips, for pounding out your sinew, your skins. This is a very handy tool for softening meats, for chewing, for making them thin enough to dry, for preservation also.